If it was Israel, as the New York Times is now saying, that was the provider of the information to the United States about these ISIS plans to blow up commercial airliners, and McMaster said Donald Trump did not know who the provider was. But if it was Israel, let's say as the third party, do you believe, because McMaster said it won't, do you believe it will give them pause to provide any future information?
No, I don't. We've been sharing intelligence with a great many countries, including Israel, for a very long time. It's an important flow of information in both directions, and neither the United States nor Israel would wish to see an interruption in that flow of information. So I don't think it will have any effect at all. All right.
Speaking of Israel, the president is headed to the Middle East, and there's some I guess, news on a couple of fronts. McMaster was also asked, because there was a report, there were two reports that troubled me. One was that an advanced representative of the president's trip in Israel made a comment that the president will have no Israeli politicians or officials with him at the Western Wall when he goes to visit there, because this isn't your land, it's part of the West Bank. Which the White House then, when they heard about it, they said it was inappropriate, it was unauthorized. But McMaster was asked today, will there be any Israeli politicians or officials with the president? McMaster said no. When he was asked twice if they considered, the U.S. considers the Western Wall part of Israel, he kind of avoided the question. The first time he ignored it, the second time, in my view, he skipped around it. So talk about those two statements and non-statement, if you will, and does that concern you?
Well, the initial statement almost certainly came from a State Department person involved in preparations for the trip, because that is typical of the State Department view on things. It is not typical of the president's view. And I believe that if Donald Trump is asked directly, does he consider the Western Wall to be part of Israel, he will answer in the affirmative. I don't think he'll dance around that.
Why?
The diplomats have been dancing around this forever, and will go on doing so.
Is there
Whether McMaster was briefed to be cautious about this, I don't know, but I would be astonished if the president would accept the idea that the Western Wall is not part of Israel.
Okay, well, is there any significance to making the point today, and apparently that will be what will happen, that there will be no Israeli officials with the president at the Western Wall? If, in fact...
I think we have to wait and see more of this story. There may well be reasons for not having politicians there that have nothing to do with a position in principle on whether the Western Wall is part of Israel. The Western Wall was, of course, on the other side of the 1967 boundaries. But anyone who believes that Israel is going to give up the Western Wall doesn't understand the first thing about this situation.